Hello, Pisces. Welcome. Take a seat and relax. There's nothing you need to do in this present moment except to relax and enjoy your reading. And for this week, we are in space. So make sure you love the space that you are in. And to start your reading off, Pisces, we have number 36. I can so just sit here and cry. Do not be afraid to just sit there and cry. You know, your emotions are there for a reason. And it's okay to listen to them. You know, I know you're strong, Pisces. I know you can get through anything. And it's okay to just sit there and cry. This feels like it's very much needed. Especially if you're holding some feelings in. I promise you, if you just let yourself sit there and cry and think about the situation that you are in, relief will come. Five of Swords, strength. Oof, yeah. Okay, Five of Swords. Make sure that you are loving the space that you are in. Okay, so the swords are of the mind. The swords is your perspective on the things that are happening around you. And the sixes of each suit is that element at its best. The fives of each suit is that element at its worst. And this doesn't mean that it's just bad, you know. We sometimes have good days, sometimes have bad days. And that is what the fives are. It's just these bad days. It's just the element going through a bad day is all it is. So the number 5. So this guy is alone. This guy is alone. And this guy feels that he needs to protect himself from everyone around him. And so by doing so, he is trying to take everything, you know. All these swords, he is hoarding them so that other people don't have swords to be able to hurt him. So this Five of Swords really feels like everything is going against you. But we are focusing on the mind, right? So this doesn't deal with other people. This is your mind is working against you. And especially during these times where, you know, if we are trying to hold some emotions in and you're afraid to just sit there and cry. So we have strength here as well with the Five of Swords. So this feels like, you know, like I said, we know you're strong, right? Oh, that's interesting. We know you're strong, but sometimes you want to test your strength, you know, just to see how strong you really are. Without putting our emotions in it, right? This is like, let's say you're lifting weights, right? Sometimes you want to see how strong you are, and you put on more and more and more weights until you can't lift any longer. So it seems like this is what's happening right now. You are putting yourself, imagine your soul is putting yourself in a situation. Your soul is creating events to see, you know, to mold this human. So your soul right now is trying to see how strong it is. So your soul is creating events around you right? Putting more and more weights to see, you know, at one point is the breaking point, right? At what point is the breaking point to where you are, you know, you let go and you just sit there and cry. So for these times, okay, I know they are rough times. I'm going through it, so I can imagine you are as well. But imagine that these hard times that you're going through, it is just you putting on more weight to see how much you can lift, to see what your PR is, right? So this isn't, try not to see this, what's going on around you, right? In a mentality where everything is going wrong, everything is going against you, you know, that kind of story, okay? Try to change this story into one of, okay, I'm just putting on more weights, right? More difficult things are happening because my soul just wants to see how much I can bench. Right? That's a much better way than feeling, oh man, everything is going wrong. Literally everyone is going against me. I need to protect myself. You know, just your mind, that anxiety, just tackling you down, trying to make you feel smaller. But what's really going on, try to see it this way, right? As you're just putting more weights on to see what your PR is, to see how strong you have really gotten. Because I'm sure you have been focusing on yourself, right? Because all of this guy is very alone. This guy is very alone. And, well, she's not as alone. She has her pet there with her. So right now, it's not that the world is against you. It's not that the world is testing you in a way to where if you fail or pass. No, your soul is just testing to see how strong it has turned out. Right? This is also like in school. You know, you're studying, and then you get a test on all these things that you studied just to see what it is that you really know. You know, it's not that the test is bad and the test is going to determine if you are good or bad. It's just a test to see what we've learned. And that's a much better view, right, perspective on life than this guy having to hoard all of these swords so that people don't hurt him, right? That this person has to be on his own so that people don't hurt him. And that kind of mentality. So I'm going to take this to heart for sure because I have been going through it lately as well. Interesting. I said hoarding and then the miser comes. But flowering is right next to it. Yeah, the miser definitely, right, is on her own. Look at that. She has her back turned towards you, but she's also looking over her shoulder to make sure that you're not hurting her, that you're not going to come after her treasure. So both of these are of pentacles. Okay, so we were in our mind, and the same thing is happening. Interesting. So the same thing, what's going on inside is also going on outside. It's so this is mirroring. So because the pentacles are of the things you can see. The pentacles could also be of money, especially right now. Especially, you know, I don't usually just say money with pentacles, but she is trying to protect her money right here, her possessions. So definitely there are possessions here in play. So let's take this as well, right? So if your soul is trying to see how strong you are, the universe is also testing to see how strong you have really gotten, right? How much you have been flowering. So this is the Queen of Pentacles. Interesting. Look at that. They're both, right? Because the Queen, okay, is that mothering, it's like Mother Nature, right? So the Queen is a loving mother who takes care and includes. This miser is trying to take care of her possessions as well. But look at the difference. So both of these have very opposite vibes, but their goal is the same. The goal is to take care. This almost feels like the devil on your shoulder and the angel on your shoulder. They're both trying to take care of you. They're both tackling situations from a different angle, right? From a different perspective, but their goal is one and the same. So imagine, right? We feel, at least I feel, for me to be taken care of, I have to be going through good situations and good only, right? But your soul can see things from a different angle. The universe can see things from a different angle. And so they're going to throw bad stuff at you. Not to punish you, not to see if you would pass or fail, but they're both trying to take care of you in a certain way. So the situation that you are going through, there is a way, there is a point of view where you can see that, oh, my soul is trying to take care of me somehow. My soul is trying to make sure that I am strong enough to go through something, right? This almost feels too like those, I don't know if you've ever seen turtles being born, right? They're born in the sand, and then they have to make their way all the way to the ocean, right? That's like a test for that baby turtle. Because, if that turtle isn't able to make its way to the ocean, then it might not be strong enough to be able to survive in that same ocean. You just that pathway of being born and then waddling its way to the ocean, that could be seen as like a test, but it also can be seen as it's the training for that turtle, right? So that it gets the strength enough that it's able to survive in the ocean. So both of these things are trying to take care of you right now, even though it definitely doesn't feel like it. I know it definitely doesn't feel like it right now, but I don't know, I do feel a little bit more calm just while we are in this reading. Strife, yeah, man, holy moly. And the Ten of Wands, wow. Okay, so that's kind of the cool thing, is that there are a lot of minor arcana here. The only major arcana is this Strength card. So this feels like the test, right? Of to see how strong you are, and then this is your reaction. Strife, now we are dealing with other people. This was within us, and then this is without on the outer. This is dealing with other people, though. The Wands deals with other people as well, right? The Wands is strifing against other people. This Five of Swords is fighting within yourself, okay? And just like I said, this is mirroring. This was the inner, and then it's also happening in the outer, and this is more confirmation that it's happening in the outer. This is crazy energy. Holy moly. Definitely a lot of strength is needed here, but the only reason you're going through these things is because your soul thinks that you have the strength, enough strength to be able to will yourself through this situation. The whole point of getting you into pressure, right, is so that you can come out as a diamond on the other side. Oppression, this Ten of Wands. What I love about the Ten of Wands, what I love about the Ten of Swords as well, is that those type of energy is where everything is closing in on you, and then you finally say, enough is enough. I want something different. And then you grow into that next level. If that kind of stuff didn't happen, you would be okay with just, keep on coasting through life, keep on living your life, keep on living that pattern that you set for yourself. So the good thing about these tens is that it causes change. It causes you to level up. And that is why you are going through this situation, Pisces. All right, let's get some last bit of advice from the Office Oracle deck that we have here. 16, yeah, surrender to what is going on. Because this is not to punish you. This is not to see if you will pass or fail. This is to get you to the next level, to get you to level up, to get you to see your own strength as well, so that you're ready for this next stage, this next adventure. Yep, number 33. This is my Tower card. Yeah. Ooh, interesting. I love how it landed next to this fire, because this is literally, see, look at that. We have plop here, doing the phoenix rising from the ashes. There's the Tower of Mistakes. This is rising up like the phoenix from the ashes. And this is you. This is why you are going through this, because you are evolving, you are leveling up, you are rising from the ashes. Your strength is really high. And the only reason you are going to rise up like the phoenix is because of how strong you have become. Alright, so I really hope this reading helped. Pisces, if it did help, please help me as well by leaving a like, leaving a comment, and subscribing if you would like to keep hanging out, as this is a safe place where we try to figure life out together. So thank you so much for being here. I hope to see you in the next one. Peace.